Welcome to 0 to 60.
I'm Matt McChesney. I am the owner and operator of 60 Football Academy and 60 Equipment. Played at the University of Colorado from 2004. 6 years in the National Football League on both sides of football.
I'm Matt McChesney. This is 0 to 60. That is Coach Prime. We are at the University of Colorado. Brother, thank you so much.
All right. 0 to 60. We're rolling. And we roll here on 0 to 60. Happy Tuesday. We're coming to you from the lab down here at 60 Football Academy. We just got done busting our ass in there. The 3 o'clock group's about to start over here in a minute. The young guys come in at 3. I let my son help out with that group the majority of afternoon, especially on Tuesday. We get down on Tuesdays around here, baby. So check all that out, 60academy.com, 60equipment.com. Go get yourself a body bag. We got so much shit going on. It's a great Tuesday show. I can't wait to get it started. My man Bailey on the ones and the twos. Big ups to Bailey for all that he does. It's not easy working with me and for me, and I really appreciate all that man does to get the show going and deal with the schedule changes and things of that nature. Let's play some bills before we get going here, and then we'll get started here on the Tuesday edition of 0 to 60. Let's pay some bills right off the bat before we get going there. Bet Online is our title sponsor. They have been since day one, and they do a great job. They're the number one source for all of your betting needs this season, especially with that lull between, the end of basketball and hockey and football season where it's just baseball. You can really go in and find the best odds on baseball, golf, soccer, and your top fights in the UFC and the MMA, and, of course, boxing. Every stat, every matchup, everything you need to make an educated bet and try and win yourself some coin is right there at Bet Online. They do an unbelievable job of supporting their clientele, not just trying to bank off of them. They want you to make money. Look, you can also, when you're done, gambling on sports, if you do like to, yell a little monkey, you can go play a little online 21, a little blackjack. You can go to 150 slot games, go test your luck there. Bet Online is the number one source for all of your sporting needs. And if you go use the promo code BLEAV, that's BLEAV, you will get a 50% free bet credit on your first deposit up to $250. That's a pretty good deal. Bet Online, the game starts here and we roll. All right, so we're rolling here on 0 to 60. We're live on TikTok. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. We're live on Twitter. I mean, we're everywhere. So remember, the super chats and the subs are open. We appreciate any and all support there. That's how we get paid on the show until we can find some advertisers that are just as good as Bet Online, and that is few and far between. So big up to the Bleed Network and everybody that supports the show. We will be off tomorrow, and we probably won't be on Thursday either. We've got a big retreat with the high school team that I coach, so maybe we're on Thursday. I'm not really sure yet, but we will definitely be back on Friday. Friday morning we'll be on with Coach JB. Sorry about Monday to everybody that was hoping I'd be on there on Monday, but that did not work out. And we'll be back Friday in the morning with Coach JB and Friday afternoon here on 0 to 60. We got Lawrence Vickers as a guest coming up in the future. Bree Macis will be back on with us coming up here in the future. But on today's show on Tuesday, again, live on TikTok and all over YouTube and Twitch, we're rolling. My man Bailey, we got about a good 30, 40 minutes here, and we're wrapping this up here on a Tuesday afternoon. I'm going to sit in the air conditioning, so let's fucking go.
Man, Matt, happy Tuesday, man. We are less than a month away from Colorado Buffs football, man. I just wanted to, shout this out here, man. We've been waiting long off season, a lot of, just speculation and talking, man, but we are almost there. So stay tuned. This is going to be the premier channel for Colorado Buffaloes coverage, Colorado football coverage. So go ahead and become a member of the Dungeon family. We keep getting new members every day, just flying in. So go ahead and
only
member up.
$2.99.
Only $2.99, best $2.99 you ever spent in your life. All right, Matt. So the title of this show is Colorado Football's Run Game. So we're going to kind of talk about the running back committee they got 4 of them here. Obviously, Charlie Offerdahl is, he's worked his way up. He's been there. He's, the underdog really in it, but he's worked his way up. You got Michael Welch, the young kid. You got Brendan Hood, and you got Isaiah Augusta. Break this committee down. Who do you see really making an impact in Colorado's run game this season?
Well, look, Offerdahl is an absolute stud of a player. All right, Charlie is an animal. He can do everything you ask him to do. He can pass protect. He can play the pass game. He's very reliable out of the backfield. Is he the best of the 4? No, from an athletic standpoint, but he's probably the best player of the 4. Just an overall bad motherfucking football player, and that's what he is. He's just a badass. So I love Charlie's story. Charlie made me eat crow, and I love it, bro. Like, I'll serve that shit up with barbecue sauce. But Charlie and his father sat in my office years ago. We want to play D1 Power 5, and I was like, it's going to be a stretch. It's going to be tough. Probably going to have to walk on, and he's been nothing but just a worker. And he walked on and earned it, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's not only your leader in that room, but a guy that they lean on a lot. I like Augusta. He's young, but he's explosive, and he's big. He's a big ass running back, and he wears the deuce. And every time I play with CU on NCAA, I make a point to put him in because that deuce reminds me of Chris Brown. So, like Chris Brown wore the deuce back in the day when I played there, and Chris is a great friend, and Chris was a massive running back, man. I remember when Chris was transferring to CU from Northwestern wanted to move him to linebacker. And he was like, nah, I'm going to go with Gary to CU. And he transferred to CU, and just that running back room, when I was there, especially my sophomore, junior seasons, or my sophomore, my redshirt junior season, I broke my leg my junior year. But sophomore year was Cortland Johnson and Bobby Purify and Chris Brown and Marquisha Houston. And then, my junior year, when I broke my leg and I got to just watch and redshirt, unfortunately, Purify and Chris, that's when Chris went for 2,000 yards and won Big 12 Player of the Year. And we had Brian Calhoun that year, and he really emerged. And then, it reminds me of a very deep backfield like that in Boulder right now. So I like the Hayden kid. I think he can be a really, really good player, and he's going to get a ton of run as well. The Michael Welsh kid's young. We'll see what he brings to the table. He's got to get carries. There might not be enough footballs in Boulder, though, this year. Let's be real. I mean, the passing game is going to be an absolute top 5 passing game in the country, and it's going to be, look, I've been saying this. How long have I been saying the offensive line is going to be much improved? The running game is going to be a way better. How long have I been saying it? And it's going to be. They are going to hammer the rock. They're going to be way more physical in the trench. And I'm telling you, bro, there's going to be zero fuck around when they last year was embarrassing trying to run the football. Two fucking yards a carry. I mean, that's ridiculous. So I really think that the University of Colorado this year is going to get back to their grassroots, where when we can run the football and assault you, we are really, really good in Boulder. And that's the way it's been throughout history, and I think that's the way it'll be this year. When Shedeur Sanders doesn't have to do everything, he's going to be able to do anything. And I'm telling you, watch out for this. It's going to be a 4, maybe 5-headed monster. Don't forget about all the X and Z reverses and fly sweeps and the little touch passes to Travis Hunter and the touch passes to Horn and all the different ways to get these guys the ball. If I'm a defense, I don't know if I got enough heads to cover all these cats. So you mix that with an offensive line that is just vastly improved from an attitude standpoint and a fucking coaching standpoint. I mean, Coach Lodehold has been coaching the shit out of these kids. I think the sky's the limit, dog.
No, I agree. I mean,
we got a question here for you. Maybe you can help everybody answer this.
We're working on it. We're working on making a new website for Matt's whole new thing. We got to completely kind of overhaul it here, but once it's done, it'll be ready to go for the season. So
we're sorry about that, but it's been a major pain in the ass for a long time, and Bailey's trying to fix it as fast as we can. So
no, we'll get it handled. Stay tuned, man. The merch will be all ready to go for season, so just stay tuned. Yeah, speaking of Colorado's run game, I mean, their offensive line's obviously vastly improved, or at least it seems like that on paper. Phil Lovel obviously is going to have a huge impact on that. I mean, in terms of the running backs, obviously Offerdahl's been there, but I mean, that spring ball, that kid Welch was making a lot of noise. And excuse this is a storm here. But the kid, I mean, that kid was making a lot of noise in spring ball. I kept on seeing tape of him like running people over. I'm like, dang, this kid's young, but he runs tough. So we'll really see, who gets a lot, like you said, there might not be enough footballs for this running back committee this season.
Well, we need a lot of backs. You're going to need a variety of them. We need power backs. We need scat backs. We need guys that can catch the ball out of the backfield. If you're the University of Colorado with their up tempo, I'd imagine you want to run 80 plus plays a game, especially at altitude where you can really affect people with the thin air. And then if you can run the ball for 4 yards a clip, you understand that they have to move a safety into the box to stop the running game. And everybody's going to be one-on-one. And you've got, look, number 10, Shepherd from Vandy.
Yeah, that's the next question.
That sumbitch is look at this rope and watch him catch this ball. Oof. And then he has another catch in the back corner of the end zone in the same practice, I believe, where it's just the fingertips and he just reels it in. I mean, it's the weapons. Looking at it on paper, bro, any other logo, and I think people would be clamoring to put this team on a pedestal. For some reason, there's still a bunch of folks out here that think this is a 5 or 6 win team. This is an 8, 9, 10 win team that's going to be competing for the Big 12 title. Period. They've got the best quarterback in the Big 12. They have the best player in the country in Travis Hunter, maybe on both sides of the ball. Let's be real.
Yeah, let's be real.
Right? They have the best freshman offensive lineman in the country in Jordan Seaton, who's going to be a freshman All-American and probably be a 3-year starter and go 1, 2, or 3 in the draft. That's what kind of player he is.
Oh, yeah.
All right? They've got the Shepherd kid as a draft pick. Horn is a draft pick. They've got dudes on defense now. The defensive line, I mean, I saw a clip of Coach Prime just chewing their ass out today about you guys are really good in one-on-ones, but then you get in the team and you guys can't pass rush anymore. And Coach Sapp and Coach Lewis are sitting there like, so what the fuck y'all going to do about this? So that's really the key here is can you pass rush when it's game time and when they can run the ball and screen you and things of that nature. So I'm really excited about this team, bro. I can't reiterate it enough. If you don't see the potential of this squad, you have an agenda against them, period. Like that's the only thing I can come up with anymore.
Yeah, I hear you. And you mentioned all the weapons. I mean, having Shepherd coming in, you already got Jimmy Horn and Travis Hunter. Who do you think is going to really stand out? Obviously, Travis is going to do his thing. Jimmy Horn was there last year. But what do you think about Shepherd? What do you think his impact will be to this offense?
I think Shepherd's going to make their 3 wide receiver look 3 number ones. Horn's a number 1, Hunter's a number 1, Shepherd's a number 1. You have 3 number 1s on the field. And now you're putting Horn maybe primarily in the slot, putting Shepherd in the slot, moving Hunter. Can you imagine the matchup nightmares you're going to get when you have safeties and or nickel linebacker types lining up because of the just personnel on the field and or the like motion packages and how they adjust? When you can move Travis Hunter and all of a sudden they move down in the slot corner is on Travis, or you have to walk a linebacker or a nickel linebacker on Shepherd, like they're going to be shitting their pants. So as long as they can hold up and protect, which again, they're going to be so much better up front, how could it not work? You have an elite quarterback, you have elite skill players, you have a professional offensive coordinator who I think that Coach Schumer has had his lumps in the NFL. Obviously, there's a lot of Bronco fans that despise him, but this isn't the NFL. This is college where the windows are fucking huge, and he's working with maybe the first pick in the draft. So it's just there's so much potential, and it all starts, in my opinion, with their ability now to lean on people, their ability to run the football vertically, their ability to actually go out there in the gun and run the zone read schemes and do it correctly and not just hope they can get a couple of yards, but actually get vertical and do it. So I'm telling you, bro, knowing what I know just from the being interwoven in the program with all the coaches and the players and things of that nature, knowing that plus the what we saw yesterday and played, the last dance aspect of this. I cannot. I'm going to keep talking about it until I'm blue in the fucking face. I'm telling you, dog. You've got to understand that this is the last time all the Sanders are going to be together. Last time Shiloh and Shador play together. The last time Coach Prime gets to coach all of his sons. The last time Jimmy Horn Jr. is together with Coach Prime. The last time Hunter's together. The only time Seton gets with all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You actually think that they're going to waste this opportunity? What are you, fucking crazy? Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, everybody is on the barbecue list this year, and it starts with North Dakota State. Well, look, I understand the Bisons are a tough-ass team, and they're an 8.5-point dog. That number's probably gone up. There's a lot of people taking the points, and there's a lot of people thinking the North Dakota State's going to win. CU is going to put on a fucking display on Thursday night on what it is in Boulder that people are going to have to deal with this year. And they're trying to put, some goddamn chop-up tape out there for Nebraska, because Nebraska's saying right now is, well, last year, we only had one tape against TCU to break you down. So if we would have played you later in the season, it would have been a different story because we would have had better tape. Mm-hmm. So that sounds like an excuse to me. But at the same time, I'm not saying they're wrong, but once you get a book on guys, it makes it harder. Yeah, that's true. But again, like, you want to show Nebraska and CSU something moving into those rivalry games. You don't want to show them struggle. You want to show them the ability to go out there and attack every inch of the field. And I think that they have the personnel to do so.
No, I agree with you. And I think, this year's a new team. Prime has brought in 40 new kids. This is a completely new coaching staff. This is a new team. And so I think they got to come out this week one and really show out here, because there's a lot of people that are taking the points in that North Dakota State. That line opened at 7.5. It's bet up to 8.5 now. So we'll really see how that first game.
The Wester kid too. That's 4 receivers, and they got more. Mm-hmm. They've got dudes everywhere, and they got guys committing. So
they got a Marion Miller.
I guarantee you, there's going to be 2 or 3 guys that we don't even know of that we're not talking about either. Mm-hmm. Where somebody goes down, or somebody has a pulled hammy, or gets another opportunity, or just shows out, and we're talking about that guy balling too. So they got some depth in Boulder, man, both on the lines and definitely in the skill positions. They're never going to be, as long as Coach Prime's there, they're never going to be short of skill players, ever. And I'm hearing that Juju Lewis is about to flip from USC and commit to CU. So, and look, I'm not like breaking news and shit, but we have been talking about this forever. That's going to happen. Juju Lewis will be a Buff, and he'll probably walk straight in next year and start as a freshman. So if you're Coach Prime, why would you leave?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and I've been reading a lot about that. And stay tuned for Lewis's. He's making a lot of noise on Twitter, man. There's a lot of Twitter rumors going on about that. So stay tuned.
The old X machine, dog.
Old X machine. Oh man. Hey, shout out to Andre Duke. He's a member. He keeps using the emojis. So we have when you become a member, you can use these little emojis. They got a picture of you playing at CU holding the ball up. So he keeps.
For real? There's an emoji?
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
Me?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I made it.
Why can't I see this shit? What's going on here?
I'll show. It doesn't show up on the streaming thing, but I'll show.
Hey, an emoji is like that little bullshit on your phone, right? Like
that's like it's just a little square picture of USCU.
Like the little is the little brown one with the smile? Is that yogurt or shit?
I think it's shit.
It's shit.
The brown one?
Yeah.
I
thought it was yogurt.
Really?
No, not really, you fucking dummy. I knew it was shit the whole time, but I got your ass.
All right, NFL time. All right, we're going to start off with some Denver Broncos talk here. Bo Nix has seen 4 touchdowns last week.
Six! Nice throw.
My question
for you
is, sorry, do you think Bo Nix will start in week 1?
He needs to start week 1. I'm going out there to camp on Friday morning to, get in where I fit in. I go out every year a couple of times. Not being with altitude anymore, I don't have like as much access as I used to, but still all I got to do is make a phone call, which is what I did. So we'll be out there on Friday trying to, we'll put a ton of stuff on TikTok. We're on TikTok live right now. We've already got 4,500 likes and views, and we got to get some like galaxies and star. I don't understand what's going on over here either, but I like it. I got an emoji now, sucker. What? I need to hear about this, Bailey. Come on, dog. You got my fucking ego through the roof right now.
Andre Duke, you sending it in, man. Shout out to Andre Duke for coming on.
Andre Duke's my man here. So I don't know if this Matt at CU.
That's what that's just the name of it.
Is. Cool, fucking name. We'll go out Friday. I'm going to have a real hard look on the O&D lines. They're in pads and they're getting down. So I'm really looking forward to the joint practices when the Packers come to town. Jordan Love is a bad motherfucker and just got paid. So I want to go out and see what they can see here. And then Coach Sanford, who's been on the show so many times, who's a great friend of mine, is on altitude now, actually. He coached Jordan at Utah State. So I'm going to just glue myself to Coach Sanford's ass on Friday and just walk around and just pick his brain on Jordan Love. But also, you get to watch Bo Nix, and he's not huge. Coach Sanford's not real high on Love. Or on Nix, but at the same time, Nix has been doing pretty good in camp. Look, it's hard for me to evaluate the Broncos because they suck. Like, the roster is just bad. So you need to see improvement this year, but I would hope that Bo Nix can go out and start for this team. I mean, God almighty, bro. The quarterback position has been purgatory for fucking years since Peyton left. I mean, I watched an interview off of Barstool the other day with Big Cat, where they were interviewing John Elway, and he blatantly was just like, yeah, not picking Josh Allen was a fucking mistake. I don't know how many times I've said that shit on this show alone, but thank you. Mm-hmm. Huge fucking mistake. Mm-hmm. Not picking Josh Allen, taking Bradley Chubb. Good player. Josh Allen's a fucking generational talent up there in Buffalo. And if he was in Denver, I don't give a fuck what any Bronco fan says. Even Bree is trying to give me this stupid bullshit like they don't think Josh Allen would be that good in Denver. It's only because he went to Buffalo. What the fuck ever. If Josh Allen was in Denver, everybody would have a Josh Allen jersey. They fucking love him. He's like a reincarnated fucking John Elway that can move even better. Blah, blah, blah. Every fucking woman in Denver would have a fucking jersey on. Oh, my God, Josh Allen is so hot. That fucking bullshit. So I don't want to hear any of that shit. All right, Josh Allen should have been the pick in Denver, and even John knows.
Man, speaking of the video, let's go ahead and transition and show that real quick. John Elway talking about why not drafting Josh Allen was his biggest mistake as GM. Take a look.
Josh Allen, I feel like he is exactly your type.
I know, he is. And believe me, last year I played with him, and I'm wondering how long is it going to take him to realize that I passed on him and took Bradley and Chubb instead?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it took him 2.5 holes to bring it up and I loved him, right?
Yeah.
But it just
he was your type.
That's my type, and you're right. That was probably my biggest mistake of my GM days was not taking Josh.
And look, he said he loved him, but he was scared, and he's scared because of this guy named Paxton Lynch. Fuck. Paxton Lynch destroyed multiple drafts for quarterbacks. So, they started going the reload quarterback with Case Keenum and, Joe Flacco and Teddy Bridgewater and God fucking knows who else. So that obviously didn't work. So, hopefully this Bo Nix pick can solidify the position here in Denver a little bit. But there's also part of me There's also part of me that wants them to absolutely nosedive and for him to be absolutely terrible so they can get the first pick and draft Shador.
Oh.
And they can't do that because there's no more fucking bonus babies in the NFL. You can absolutely draft 2 quarterbacks in back-to-back drafts. They can just get rid of his ass and just trade him something rounder or something. Now, he didn't work here, but he might work for you. Mm-hmm. They did that with Josh Rosen and Kyler Murray back in the day. Rosen went, he played all year, sucked. And they picked Kyler Murray with the first pick. And that would be perfect, too, because then Prime wouldn't need to leave Boulder. He could just come on down and watch Shador play whenever he wants. Mm-hmm. So, it just keep the party going here and make Colorado the mecca that it is because this place kicks ass. So the Broncos can have Shador and Coach Prime can stay in Boulder and everything can be great. I'm not only look, I think that if the Broncos do struggle, I'm going to be clamoring for this. I'm not just going to be saying it. Like, if you don't do it, you're fucking stupid. Like, don't go 2-7, don't go 2-15 or like 2-14 and then win the last game of the season and have everybody talking about how important it is to compete and all that fucking bullshit and then not get Shedeur. Like, no, just tank. If we're really this shitty, tank, get rid of all the high-priced veterans, have a ton of cap space to build around Shedeur Sanders in the future, ship off old Bo Nix to wherever the fuck ever, and roll with the future. That's what I hope it happens, bro, because the worst thing I think it could happen is a 4-13 season, and Bo is okay but not great, and then all of a sudden you don't move forward with a different quarterback, and Shedeur goes to the fucking Raiders or someone. And then you have to play against his ass for 15 years. Shedeur and Patrick Mahomes in the same fucking, and Justin Herbert. And we got Bo Nix and, a sack full of assholes over here, dog. It's just not going to work.
I can see both scenarios. But when you say Raiders, that's ironic. Don't Dion and AP, aren't they cool? Aren't Dion and AP
cool? And Vegas kicks ass. Man. You know damn well if Shedeur went to Vegas, then fuck. Oh, you think Max Crosby would be like, over here? Over here, Shedeur. Fucking hey, man. Absolutely. So we can't let that happen. Andre Duke, thanks for the $5, homie.
Yeah. Andre Duke says, what up, Matt? Just got back from Kirk's golf outing. It is a live show for a real thing. I would fly out for that.
Yeah, I don't golf, dog, but I'm with it. I'll come out and like hang out, but I don't golf ever.
Me neither.
I ain't getting on a golf course. I ain't going golfing. I don't like golfing. I ain't doing it.
Fuck. All right, last topic here. Now we got one more NFL topic before we close out here on 0 to 60 on this fine Tuesday. New NFL kickoff rules. So this is this came out a few months ago, but it's really been making headlines the last few days. We talked about on Coach JB's show. I'll go ahead and read it to you. The new NFL kickoff rules is as following. Onside kicks are illegal before the fourth quarter. The team must be losing to kick an onside kick, and listen to this part. The team must announce their intention to kick an onside kick ahead of time. Yeah.
What?
This is where we're at.
What? The NFL says I have to tell you when we're going to onside. I can only do it if we're losing. There's no more surprise onsides. We can't I can't start the game with a surprise onside. The best fucking play in Super Bowl history is a surprise onside in the Colts Saints Super Bowl. Why do you do this? Oh, I know why. Because Roger Goodell's a bitch-made punk, and he fucking just allows this kind of shit to happen. If you are in favor of this, you're a fucking communist soccer fan, and you need to get the fuck out of the NFL's meeting room. This is bullshit. Fuck this. This makes me not want to watch. I'm gonna Olympics the NFL. If the Olympics have dudes fighting chicks and a fucking Smurf up there with his dick hanging out on the goddamn, opening ceremonies, and we're just gonna mock everything and have nuts next to kids' faces, I'm out. If this really,
I'm really confused on this. Why would it be illegal for the fourth quarter? I don't understand.
So I have to walk up to you and be like, "Hey, we're gonna onside now."
Coach Matt, we're going onside.
Like what? The whole point of the onside is to catch somebody slipping and get an advantage. Oh my God, the NFL is so fucking soft, dude. Fuck you, NFL. Fuck this rule. Fuck the no fun league. Fuck Roger Goodell. This is absolute bullshit. What a fucking travesty this is. Unbelievable. Fuck that. I shit on this rule. Take that for this fucking rule. Fuck this rule.
I will say this. So you got the XFL kickoff now they're doing this. What's next? The only thing that I can think of off the top of my head is going for 4th and 20, like the XFL does, and making that a thing. That's what I can see coming next, because I don't understand.
This is not cool, bro. This is like, look, if they want to change the kickoff rule to make it so at least we get a kickoff and there's less collisions, I get that. I might even go with it. But to just say we're not going to onside it anymore ever, and we have to tell people when it's going to happen, it's like, what's next? Do I need to tell you when I'm going to fucking throw play action now too? Do I need to tell you when we're going to double team you too? I already yelled deuce heavy. You didn't know we were double teaming you, you dumb motherfucker. You don't know that the onside kick's coming when it's coming in the fourth quarter and we're down by 6. I have to now tell you if I want to onside it. This is taking away what's next. You can't fake punt, can't fake field goal because it might make someone look bad. Are we in the let's not make anybody look bad on the NFL football field today? Fuck you, NFL. Sorry ass fucking league.
I don't even understand.
What's
bullshit. Next? Like you brought up something like fake punting. Like, why would you not be able to? Like, why do you have to announce it? That means now you're putting fake punts, fake field goals. You're putting all that at stake now because if you're gonna make the team announce.
What fucking douchebag? What asshole? What fucking nutless piece of shit decided that this was a good idea? And I got a question. Anyone who thinks this is a good idea, why the fuck do you think this is a fucking good idea? Why the fuck do you think this is good? Any of you, anybody on TikTok, anybody on YouTube, anyone on Twitch, anyone on Twitter, if you think this is a good idea, I
want to hear a good reason.
Why is this a good idea?
Facts. Shout out Coach Stokes.
It's not a good idea. This idea sucks. This is terrible. This is the kind of shit that makes people hate the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and look, bro, I heard what Dan Lanning was like. I hope that the college football adopts all the NFL rules. I don't. I mean, we've already made the game as soft as fucking warm butter, which is there's nothing softer than warm butter other than baby shit, maybe. But like, I posted a video the other day of me tracking down a quarterback and like horse collaring him. Well, back when I played, you could horse collar a motherfucker if I needed to tackle him. And people are on there like, oh, this is such a foul. It's unbelievable that you would promote this. And I'm sitting there like, you're such a bitch-made pussy, dude. Like I posted yesterday's practice, one of our big offensive linemen is committed to Navy. Mm-hmm. Like I'm sure you can find the clip. Maybe we'll put it on. If you can find it, put it up.
I'll go grab it.
Yeah, if you could get it up. But like during the clip, you can hear some of the other coaches be like, "Oh, that's holding. Oh, stop putting him on the ground." And then I come out of nowhere and I'm like, "Yeah, fucking A, Jack. That's how you play." I just swear to God, I wish all the fucking soccer moms and all the soccer fans and all the fucking like tennis coaches and all the history teachers would fuck off and go sit in the stands and watch real football players and real football people do this shit. Because all the softies we let in, they're ruining it for everybody. Football's fun because you motherfuckers can't do it. It's fun because not everybody can handle it. It's fun because I get to tape up my hands and assault another human. It's not fun because I get to tell you when we're on-sighting and it's a little too violent for you and fucking Captain Stubing over here. I mean, give me a fucking break. Mm-hmm. Watch this shit. Did you find it?
Yes. Let me preface this by saying this. If you think this is holding, you don't know fucking football.
You don't know shit about football. Watch this. Jack just driving, torquing, and dropping it. It's holding. It's holding. And those are coaches those are coaches. I thought it was awesome.
That is awesome.
Drive, torque, drop. That is fucking
hell of a block
right there.
Like his hands are inside. How do you call that? His hands are inside.
And I don't know why all the other coaches aren't just pumped up as I am. Like I'm sorry, I like football more than you. But look, if you think that's holding, you probably got it done to you. If you don't think it's holding, you probably did it to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So I mean, dog, come on with this soft bullshit. If you don't like football or you want to change it completely, it's like the United States. If you don't like the United States and all you want to do is change it, can you get the fuck out of here? Whoa. So I don't have to fucking live in your commie hellhole, fucked up goddamn liberal shit.
If you think that's holding, don't play lacrosse.
For real, dog. If you don't like football and it's too much for you, can you fuck off and go play a different sport and get out of here? Mm-hmm. I don't need you sitting up here criticizing real motherfuckers while you sit there and eat your orange peels. It's not a drop-off game. Yeah. All you parents who just want to drop your kids off and fucking just go out and enjoy it. Fuck you. You're the reason it sucks. You're a fat fucking piece of shit kid who can't do anything and drags all the other kids down, and we have to accommodate for his fucked up feelings, and your bullshit is the reason the game sucks. It's the reason why we got a bunch of motherfuckers out here who think they can play it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If I can take anything about my place that's different, is we don't settle for that shit. I'm sitting in here talking shit right now, and there's fucking 15 badasses in there working their ass off that are all under 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So what, am I going to walk in there and tell them to be nice to their opponent because somebody's fucking mom might not like it? Fuck that Karen bitch. Sit there and not like your fat ass kid getting his ass kicked.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should have prepared him better. Because for real people, we look at that as you're a target. You're food.
Mm-hmm.
So like this is just one more instance in with the NFL changing the rules where it's accommodating to the soft. And the further we accommodate to the soft, the softer we're going to become. And pretty soon we're all going to be out there pulling each other's flags. You might as well go out and tug on my dick. Fuck that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And for all the people, and I'm sure there are people, I saw this on Twitter. I get notifications. I was reading. For all the people that think this is holding, there's a sport called lacrosse. There's a sport called basketball. There's a lot of other sports that aren't as physical, and you won't have to go through all that. And you can go complain about some penalties.
Or what I did was I took the defensive lineman and taught him how to use his fucking hands and play with leverage and meet force with force and torque himself and throw the offensive lineman off when he leans on you. So how about instead of criticizing the guy doing it right, how about we teach the other fucking kid how to play?
Mm-hmm.
I can only do one thing. You feel me? There's only one of me. So, tomorrow's defense day, and then we'll teach them how to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Coaches lose perspective. You make a very, very compelling point there. Man, Matt, as we close out here on this Tuesday on 0 to 60, man, any closing thoughts as we close out? Obviously, we just ended on some fiery business, but go ahead.
Thank you to everybody for watching. We really appreciate you. To the 300 and almost 400 eyes in the room, like and subscribe. We really appreciate y'all. If all you're doing is watching and you won't like, we don't like you either. But if you do like, we like you. On TikTok, we really appreciate all y'all. We've got 6,000 in there right now, so that's pretty cool. Folks, we couldn't do this without you. I'm going to go get to the Dungeon family here, finishing up their Tuesday. We're off tomorrow. We're probably going to be off Thursday, but we'll let you know. And then we'll definitely be back Friday. It's looking like we've got CU Great, Lawrence Vickers on the show Friday.
Ooh.
Every time we got LV on the show, him and I just can't stop talking shit, and it's really fun. And that's one of my best friends on this earth, and my brother, and I just love having him on the show. It's always a great time. So everybody out there, hold on to your ass. If I offended you, I was directly talking to your soft ass. If I said something you don't like, I ain't apologizing for dick. I was 100% talking to you. Come see me. Have a great day. Peace.
Peace. See y'all.